Alex, what do you know about the effects of smoking on the body?
Not much.
Have you heard about any issues ever?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, let's learn about some, okay? Hey, Emily, what do you know about the effects of tobacco on the human physical performance?
I think that it makes it hard to breathe because the smoke coats your lungs.
That's a great answer. Let's go find out some more. Hey, Alex, was it pretty easy to get up there on those rocks?
No.
No! Do you think it would have been harder if you had been exposed to tobacco?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, because you would be.
Hey, guys. Hey. Do you guys know anyone who uses tobacco?
Yes.
You do? What do you know about tobacco?
It's like drugs.
Oh, well, it does affect your body, and that's why some people do it. And it is addictive. Did you know that people can get addicted to it?
Yeah.
Do you know what that word means?
It means super obsessed with something.
Yeah, that's a really good way of defining it. Have you guys ever heard of cancer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you know that tobacco can actually increase your likelihood of getting cancer?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah?
I was sure, but I heard about it.
Yeah. You know what? You guys are crawling all over these awesome rocks. What do you think would happen to your body if you had been like smoking before?
Then you probably wouldn't be able to climb the rock.
Why? Why do you think? What would happen to your body?
Because your body wouldn't physically be able to.
Yeah. Did you know it could make you breathe harder and make it harder to do physical activity when you do things like smoking?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's what I never will do it in my life.
Let's go find a couple of people who run or do a lot of physical activity and see what they think about smoking and chewing tobacco, okay?
Let's do Alex.
The first time I ever took a dip of snuff, I was 9 years old, and I've been dipping snuff pretty much ever since. I'm 41. But yeah,
You know, this is the first
that
year of
nicotine
action.
rush would get you high.
Yeah.
And
I just gotta keep
it's
breathing,
not like
you know, and
it don't last very long, but you like it. You like the feeling of it. And then the more you do it, the less and less you feel that. And it don't take long for that feeling to go away. And then you're addicted to it. And it's almost like when you don't have it, it's like a
certain night.
not a hunger pain, but you feel like you're hungry for it. Like, oh crap, I need to eat, you know, but no, I need a dip of snuff.
Is it similar to like when you want potato chips
No.
and you're on a diet?
Kinda.
But not really.
But it becomes it becomes a habit to the point where, like, I can't start a project without getting a dip of snuff. If I don't have one and I jump in my truck and I turn it on, I'm looking for a can of snuff. If I'm like doing this, I got one right now. But like if I were to go out in the shop and go to forging something, I'm gonna have a dip of snuff before I start. Before I even fire up the forge, I'm gonna get a dip of snuff. And I know I should probably quit, but I like it. I like it. But it will mess up your gums.
You mind?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
It'll mess up your gums. It'll eat them away. So I have to switch sides. Well, you do it long enough, it'll make like a little pocket down there where it just fits in real easy.
You have a special little snuff pocket.
Yeah. And I have them on both sides because if you have a dip of snuff on one side too long, it'll actually start to hurt down at the base of your tooth.
You get
where it
sores
makes your
and
gum.
stuff?
No, I don't get sores.
It just hurts.
But it will get sore, if that makes sense. So I have to switch it to the other side. And some days, you know, I'll roll it back and forth or whatever.
Well, thank you for telling us your experience with that.
You're very welcome.
Hey Marie, thank you so much for sitting with us today and telling us what you know about tobacco. What can you tell us about the effects of tobacco on the body?
Well, from a physician's perspective and the respiratory system, how it literally rots away the chambers of the lungs. And if you look at necrotic dead tissue, you can see how it slowly erodes away. And I was speaking with a friend earlier today, and when people have smoked for a number of years, they say it's like breathing through sand because you lose your capacity to be able to breathe it in deep. One of the problems I found when people start with young folks smoking, the addictive process is so difficult, and it's so hard to change that habit or change the emotional piece that is with the addiction of the smoking and just that hand-mouth kind of thing. So in my practice, when I talk to people about it, I also say you have to replace that with something because it's become like your best friend. So we have to look at it from that level, and then from a breathing perspective. Certainly you see the diminished lung capacity. I've seen it in treating COVID people this winter, people that have smoked. I had a gentleman who smoked for 65 years, quit 15 years ago, but his healing in his lung tissue, you could see how much more diminished it was, and it took him a lot longer to get rid of the respiratory effect of it because of that. So I don't have a whole lot of good things to say about tobacco use. And from a health perspective, you're just paying yourself to kill yourself. And we need to breathe deep. People don't even breathe right nowadays. We need to breathe deep from our abdomen. Most of us are shallow breathers. So you want to add smoking onto that, you're never going to be able to give a full body oxygenation process. So if you're in your heart, you have air that goes down through the ventricle, rest comes back up and goes through your body, through your lungs. You're not given the circulatory process of your body the oxygen that it needs. So now we're going to kill those cells and the lung capacity. So can you imagine the circulatory process in your body just really ruins a whole lot. So don't smoke.
Thank you, Marie.
You're welcome.
All right, guys, show me how to take a deep breath. Well, I saw a lot of shoulders raising. Does anybody up there know what a diaphragm is?
Me!
What's your diaphragm, Alex?
You use it to breathe.
You use it to breathe.
And sing properly.
What's the difference in a breath that you take using your diaphragm than with your shoulders?
Diaphragm, you go, and you move your stomach, right? In and out, and then when you go, that's no bueno.
All right. Didn't you find it interesting that tobacco smoke makes it so that you can't take a full breath or use your diaphragm properly?
What?
Yeah.
Am I not going to be able to use my diaphragm properly?
Oh. All right, guys. Now that we have learned about the effects of tobacco on your breathing and on the body, we're going to practice some diaphragmatic breathing, okay? So what I want you to do is I'll get into a comfortable position, not laying down though. Sit or stand, okay? All right, everybody's sitting. So some people feel like they can breathe more easily if their legs are straight, and other people like to cross their legs, okay? I am going to cross my legs, and what I want you to concentrate on right now is making your spine nice and straight, and pretend you have a string coming out of your chest and it's lifting you up toward the sky. All right? Okay. So when we're in this position, what you guys naturally wanted to do was take a deep breath like this. Okay? And what you might not know is that's you only taking a half of a breath. But if you sit in this position and keep your shoulders still, and you just let your belly drop out as you breathe, like watch my hands, you're gonna see them expand. You go, Do you see that? That's using your diaphragm. All right, everyone try that. Now, you're in your good position and breathe in. And breathe out. That's good. Good job, guys. All right, Alex, you're doing great. I can tell that you sing. All right. So, I want you guys all to take a few moments to just practice that breathing. Because when you can learn to breathe with your whole lungs and not just the top part, then you'll be able to take a full breath. And since none of you have been using tobacco, you will be able to get the benefit of that whole breath of air. It will fill in your lungs and you'll have plenty of oxygen to be able to do the run that we're going to do now. All right, guys, let's get up and do some stretching like we talked about in the last class and get this run going.
Few moments later.